This is quite a big topic, but I'll focus only on two verses. Romans 12, verse 1 and 2. Knowing and doing the will of God. In life, we need to know and do the will of God. To live a complete life as God intended us to live at the time of creation. When God was creating each of us, He had a reason for creating us. He wanted us to know and do His will. The best for us, for each of us. If you look at the Bible, Paul, from Romans chapter 1 to 11, is giving the background, is giving the teachings concerning the basic things of the church. And verse 1 is telling us a servant of God, servant of Jesus Christ, and his apostle. And the gospel is talking of is of God. See what he's saying? Paul, a servant of Jesus Christ, called to be an apostle, separated unto the gospel of God. He's giving the background. Who is he? Is Paul, a servant of Jesus Christ, called, separated unto the gospel of God. The gospel is the word of God, and is the work of God. Our salvation is of God. But when we are saved, what do? We need to know and do the will of God. Look at it from chapter 1 to 11. It's giving the basic teaching. Then it comes to 12, it's telling them, I beseech you, therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God. What you have heard, what I have taught you, now I ask you, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. And verse 2, and be not conformed to the world, but ye be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that you may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. You need to know the acceptable, perfect will of God. Many times people ask, why was I created? Why am I suffering? Why am I with this challenge? You need to know God. If you know God, then God will help us answer those daily questions. Today, I want us to see two ways. One is for us to know the will of God and to do it, we have to offer our bodies as a living sacrifice. Paul is saying, I beseech you, in view of God's mercies, offer your bodies as a living sacrifice. The second thing to talk about is renew our minds. There are two basic things. You give your body, then you change your mindset. Then you'll know the will of God. We need to know and do. So when you look at it clearly, the first point, in the Old Testament, people used to offer animals. But they were to kill them first and then offer the animal. But now we are told to offer our bodies as a living sacrifice. Romans 12, verse 1. We are not offering dead sacrifice now, but a living sacrifice. Now God wants us to offer ourselves, not our animals. God wants you as individual. God wants me as individual. Me to give myself to Him and to give ourselves to Him. We need to dedicate all our energy and resources to serve the living God. God needs you. Your resources, your talents, your abilities, give it to God. I beseech you, I request you to offer your bodies as a living sacrifice. When you can know the will of God. Knowing and doing are very important. We need to joyfully offer ourselves to God. Why? Because God created us. God saved us. God loves us. God knows us. Our salvation is of God. The gospel is of God. Christ who died for salvation is the Son of God. It's all the work of God for us to be saved. So when we give ourselves to God, we are just giving God what is His. In creation, we are His. In salvation, we are His. We need to give ourselves to God. So Paul is saying, I beseech you, Give your bodies as a living sacrifice. When you are born again, your creation, your salvation, all is the work of God. So we need to give ourselves to God. All that you have belongs to God. And for you to know the will of God, you have to give yourself to God. Many times, we ask ourselves, what should I do? How can I live? But God, the Creator, has a plan for each of us. When you give your body to Him, He will use it in line with His divine plan. Before you were born, before you were created, God had a plan for you. In Jeremiah 29:11, God says, I have good plan for you. I know the plans I have for you. They are good plans. Plans to make you prosper. Plans to make you succeed. Plans to make you have a future. Each of us here want a good future. A bright future. Who holds the future? God. So we need to give God ourselves. Then He will work His plan in our lives. And we will see it and know it and then do it. But we must give ourselves first to God. So I beseech each of us that we need to give ourselves to God, our bodies to God as a living sacrifice. Despite the many challenges, He has promised to walk with us to the blessed end. If you give your body to Him, He will walk with you to the blessed end. There's an end, a blessed one. If you are born again, you will go to be with God in eternity. That's the blessed end. Despite the challenge you are passing through, there's a blessed end to them who give themselves to God. I beseech each of us here, let's give ourselves to God. Let's give our bodies to God as a way of worship. Commit yourself to God. We need to give ourselves and trust God with all our plans. In life, we have plans. In life, we have goals. In life, we have desires. But when we give God our body, we give God ourselves, then He will work with us in His plan. He will help us realize our goals. He will help us achieve our desires when we give ourselves to Him. Because the God of success is the God of victory. Is the God of provision. Is the God of guidance. He's a great God. What we need is to give ourselves to God. And your plans, commit them to God. Proverbs 16 verse 3. Commit your plans to God and He will help you. I beseech you, young boys and young girls, and all of us who are here. We need to know that God has good plans for us. We need to know when we commit our plans to God, then we'll work with them in His will, because His will is the best. And His will we will know when we commit ourselves to Him, when we give Him our bodies, when we give Him our life. So I pray, despite many challenges of COVID-19, other challenges, let's commit ourselves to God. God is ready to walk with us. God is ready to hold our hands. God is ready to help us know He has a plan for us already. You may have your plan, but God's plan is the best. How do we know God's plan? We know God's plan for us when we commit ourselves to Him. Give God yourself. Don't follow the crowd. God needs you as an individual. You were born alone when you were born. God knew why you were born. God knew why you were created. You are fearfully and wonderfully made in the image of God as an individual. Let's give ourselves to God. Then God will work His plan in our lives. He has a good plan for us. Somebody said, in life we compete with our brothers and sisters, with our friends. Who has the best for us? There was an argument, people said, your mother, some said your father. But the one who has the best plan for each of us is God. God is wishing you all the best. He's not competing with you. He wants to give you the best. So give God. Paul is saying, I beseech you. He knows it's good, but saying, please give your bodies to God, then you will know the will of God. And he's saying in a good way, is good and acceptable and perfect will. It is good, acceptable and perfect. You know, we are struggling to know what we should do. People are struggling here and there. But when you go to God, He has a plan for you. Tell him, my daughter, my son, this is what I want you to do. And you'll have peace to do that which God is blessing. Somebody said, as not ask God to bless what I'm doing. That's God. God, tell me what you're blessing so that I can do it and you bless it more and more. Many times we struggle. Tell God, God bless this that I'm doing. God bless this that I'm doing. It is your idea. Let's walk within God's idea. Let's walk and work within God's will. Then we see God's blessings. No matter how little we begin, but with God in it, God will bless it. We need God, yes. But God will be there when we give ourselves to God. In our businesses, in our studies, in our daily life, in our work, let's commit it to God. And we'll see the hand of God. The blessed hand, the strong hand, the hand of blessings, the hand of reward. Let's walk with God. Let's give our bodies to God. The second thing, God needs a renewed mind. As you give your body, change your mind. God wants to use a new people with a new mind, renewed mind. What do you think? What occupies your mind? What takes place in your mind? Is God part of your thinking? Is God part of your plans? Is God within your plan? Saying, and be not conformed to this world, but will be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Your mind will be set afresh. Reorganize your mind. You have a mindset that says, I want to study, I want to work, I want to get money, I want to enjoy life. That's the desire of every youth. They think, they study, they get employment, and they enjoy life. They look at all the people, they blame them, they say, this is bad, this is bad. That's normal, yes. But is life only making money? Is life only enjoying it here on earth? There's more to life than just making money. We need to set our mind on the things of God. To set our mind on above and the things above. To set our mind on the desire to know God. Desire to have God with us. Desire to involve God in our plans. That's a transformed mindset. A new mindset. As you think alone, you involve God. You say, yes, this is good. But is it biblical? Is it godly? Is it going to add value in my Christian life? Many times I people have done things in their glasses, as they see them, they are good. But they don't have value in their lives. They don't add value even in their future. They are not biblical. They are not having the Christian values and virtues. Yes, it's good, but is it biblical? It is good, yes, but is it having value in my faith? There's a new mindset. You think, yes, but you ask, is it biblical? Is it having value in my Christian life? If somebody finds me doing it, will he see Christ in me? As a Christian, you are no longer your own, you belong to God. So we need to have a transformed mindset. We have to have a new mindset. We have to ask ourselves, yes, it is good. Yes, I'm going to get money. Yes, I can be happy. But this happiness, giving God honor and glory. There's some people happy, yes, but their happiness is not having God in it. Let's have God in what we're doing. That comes with a renewed mind. A new mindset. Saying in Romans 8 verse 5, Bible says, Romans 8 verse 5. For they that are after the flesh do mind the things of the flesh, but they that are after the spirit, the things of the spirit. There's a difference. What is your mind? What do you mind? The earthly things or the godly things? They that are after the flesh. Are you after the flesh? Many of us, the things that we have our mind set on is to satisfy the flesh. But the flesh is weak. The flesh is weak. The flesh has a limited time. Soon, look at it surely. When somebody dies, we say mighty. We say the dead body. We don't want to identify with that body now. It is buried, sealed, and living there. But with God, there's life after death. Let's think of eternity, not the life here and here alone. Here we'll die, we'll be buried. Dust will go to dust. What next? Let's set our mind on things above. Our actions portrays what we think. What you do tells us what you think. Let's say what we do portray Christ in our lives. It's my prayer that day by day we'll think in a new mindset. We'll think godly things. Then when we come to action, we will see Christ in us. A discussion has been going on. People have been discussing and asking themselves, how will we live in the post-corona era? That's a big question now. Will life be the same again or different? But as a believer, what are you learning in this time of corona or COVID-19? What you are learning now should be the basis of your life after. Should have God with us. Our mind should be set. God, teach me. God, help me learn the things I could not learn earlier. Now we have more time to think. Are we having God in our mind? Are we involving God? The Bible is very clear. If we set our mind in the flesh, then we'll think of earthly things. Set our mind on God, we'll think of things beyond the grave. The other day, I just saw some people burying somebody. And the question came to me, a very funny question. These people, will they not die one day? And we will bury them. And I just asked myself, yes, they're burying this man now. They are so dressed well that you think death is far from them. They're burying the dead. But the question is, will they also die? And we will bury them. My mind wondered and asked that question. Yes, they're burying him. Yes, they're well dressed now. What will happen to them tomorrow? There's a day, I think that was last year or this year, I don't know. The mortuary attendant in Rosewood died. And he was put there in the mortuary also. And I just thought about it. He was keeping people in the mortuary, now he's kept there. Look at life. He was keeping people in the mortuary. Now he's also kept in the mortuary. Have you thought of that? Let our mind think beyond the grave. There's life beyond the grave. Don't think of the flesh only. You feed it, you pump it with good things, yes. But let's think, why is God in all that? If you leave God out, then that is vanity. Anything without God, we call it vanity. It's pointless, it's aimless. Dear friends, we need to know the will of God and do the will of God. For us to do this, we have to give our body as a living sacrifice. We have to change our mind. It's not bad to think, but think and say, hey, surely I'm thinking of this. If I do this, will this make God happy? Will this help me to witness my faith to other people? In your business, in your studies, in my business, in my work, do I portray the image of Christ to others? That's a big question to ask. Yes, I'm doing this. Where is Christ in what I'm doing? Is it adding value to my Christian virtues, to my Christian life, to my Christian testimony? You need to think of that. Yes, I'm alone. My dad is not here. My mom is not here. But God is there with you. God is omnipresent. And is all-knowing, is all-seeing. You need to involve God. For us to do this, we need to have a body that is yielded to the things of God. Say, God, take my body and use it. We need to separate our lives. A life given to Christ. Separated from the world. Young boys who are here, young girls, you have a long way to go. God gave you a body for a purpose. Your life is there for a reason. Use it well to give God honor and glory. Give it to God. Then you will know the way of God for your life. The good, acceptable, and perfect will of God. As Jeremiah says, God has a plan for each of us. And they are good plans. You just need to know. Ask God, God, yes, I'm here with my parents. Yes, I'm here in the house. Why did you create me? Why am I here? And God will reveal himself to you. He has a good plan for you. You just need to know the plan and walk within that plan. God has good plans for each of us. And God is not limited with resources. We as parents can be limited, but God is not limited. If you go to him, you trust him, he will meet you at the point of your needs. We need to have a transformed mind. Set your mind on the things of God. When you are alone, it's not bad to think. But go back. What I'm thinking, is it biblical? Is it adding value in my Christian life? Is it helping me as a Christian? So my prayer is that each of us, even us who are parents, maybe we have missed the mark somewhere. We have been walking and working out to the will of God. Can we draw back and say, God, let me know your will and do your will? Knowing and doing, very important. Ask God, God, now that I'm home, that the Quran has come, teach me your will. Have I been walking and working within your will? If not, God change me. It's not late for God to change you and use you. May God change us that we may know his will, walk in his will, and work in his will. Give our bodies, transform our minds, that we may think of the godly things. That's my desire, and that's my prayer. A life given to God is a life that's not wasted. Many boys and girls are wasting themselves away. They want to live without God. No way. No way. You are created in his own image for a reason. And you are fearfully and wonderfully made in the image of the living God. Sometimes you look at people and say, hey, wewe ni beautiful, wewe ni mrembo. Sawa, hata wewe ni mrembo, wewe ni beautiful. You are also made by the same God. You have one God who created everybody. You just have to be contented. Accept yourself the way you are. You are fearfully and wonderfully made. It's my prayer that we will ask ourselves, my plans, are they in the will of God? My desire, are they adding value in my Christian life? Are they helping me to tell the world that I'm a believer? People now talk of doing business God's way, doing farming God's way, parenting God's way, studying God's way. God's way is the best. Somebody said, back to Eden before the fall of man. Somebody then said that when we go to use the normal herbal medicines, they are all mobile to the body because they don't have other chemicals that our medicines have, because they are from the garden. They are from where we are taken. We are part of them because from the ground they come. From the ground we are taken. And I was seeing some logic in the argument. Let's get back to God. God knows why you are here. God knows why you were created. So the two things important: give our body to God as a living sacrifice. Then renew your mind. Set your mind on the things of God. What goes in your mind will come out in your actions. May we see good things that you have in your mind. We can't see what is in your mind, but we see them in your actions. Let's set our mind on the things of God. Let's set our mind on above things. Let's commit all our plans to God. Let's have God with us. Say, I want to do A, B, C, D, God willing. I want to go to this place, God willing. I need this and this, may God provide. God has all the resources. Commit your plans to God and He will help you. He has good plans for each of us. You need to seek His will and do His will. As you walk out of this place, the two things I want you to ask yourself: my body, how am I using it? My mind, how am I using it? Are they in pattern with the things of God? Are they in line with what God is? My energy, my resources, my talents, have I dedicated them to God? Whatever is given to God is not lost. Look at that young boy. His lunch, find the 5,000, and there was the remains because he gave it to the Lord. What is given to the Lord is so more value than when you have it in yourself. When you give a life to God, it will have more value than when we have it. Look at that boy's lunch. It was just a simple lunch. Simple lunch. But when he gave it to the Lord, it fed a multitude. What is given to God has value. It's my prayer that we'll give ourselves to God. Just take your time as we go to pray. Take your time as you go to pray. Have you given